Hi guys, and welcome back to another how to dribble like video, and in this episode it's all about Isco. So Isco's style of dribbling is very unique to him. When he's got the ball at his feet, it almost looks like he's gliding because he's got excellent ball control. He really manipulates that ball so smoothly. It's very similar to Dribble. It's very similar to players like Zidane as well. So let's move into the first move here. It's a variation of the roulette. What Isco tends to do, instead of using the sole of his foot for the first touch, he actually uses the inside of his foot to transfer the ball to the other side, then rolls the ball away. So let's break it down step by step. Step one is transferring the ball from one side of the body to the other using the inside of the foot. So it's a touch with the inside of the foot across the body. So touch across. And the key with this touch, you don't want it too heavy so it goes off into the space that you lose control of it. You want to get used to it so it looks like the ball is actually going to stop just on the other side. So step two, as the ball comes across, you're trapping it with the sole of your opposite foot. So just foot goes on top of the ball. So as it comes across, foot goes on top of the ball. So you do want to hop off of that foot as you make that touch. You hop onto that foot so that you can transfer the ball onto the other side. And the final step is as you make that transfer and the foot goes on top of the ball, then you're going to start to roll the ball using the studs on the bottom of your foot. You're just dragging it backwards, and as you drag, this foot pivots so you can turn and accelerate away. The next move is one that Isco performs really effectively on the sideline or in the corner of the pitch. And what he does is he rolls that ball back. So as someone who performs a lot of roulettes, the defender's going to anticipate that he's going to roll the ball backwards. And then what he does is, halfway through that roll, he then snaps the ball forwards again. And as the defender anticipates that movement, when he makes that second touch, the defender's going to be off balance, and that gives Isco enough time and space to cross the ball with accuracy. He can get his head up and put it exactly where he wants it. So let's break down this move step by step. So step one is rolling the ball back. So very similar to the roulette, we're putting the foot on top of the ball and using the studs, rolling the ball backwards. Now, step two is as we roll that ball backwards, we want to shift our body at the same time. So we move our shoulders, rotating our shoulders, and we can even look with our head. Just the more movements we perform with our body, it's going to sell that move even more. So as we roll that ball, start to turn that body, and the defender is going to think you're going backwards. Then the final step is as you roll it, halfway through that roll, using the inside of your foot, you want to come to the side of the ball and snap it forwards. So you're rolling it back and then snapping it forwards. Then you want to accelerate immediately so that you get away from that defender. So let's piece it all together. So he usually rolls the ball, rolls it back, and then he's going forwards again. The next move is one that Isco again uses more on the sideline. So it's very similar to the roulette, which is more suited for the middle of the park because you want to keep possession of that ball and keep tight control. However, with this version, what he does is he takes that first touch with the inside of his foot again, and then his second touch is actually with his heel. So he hits through the center of the ball with his heel, and he's knocking it a bit further out this time. So it's good for wingers because it allows you to get away from that defender, and that heavier touch allows you to get up to full speed so that you can break down the line and attack. So let's break down this move step by step. So very similar to the Isco roulette, is taking the touch with the inside of the foot. So exactly like we did with the first roulette, taking the touch with the inside of the foot. This just takes it away from that defender coming in. So he'll come in and anticipate the ball. That touch takes the ball away from him. And then your body is shielding between the ball and the defender. The second touch, and this needs to be very accurate because if you don't hit through the center of that ball, if hit off to the side, it'll probably just go at an angle off the pitch, or if you hit it too much on the other side, it's going to go inside back where pressure is. So you really want to hit through the center of the ball with that heel. So let's piece it all together now. So the defender's coming in, little touch, and then heel, and you're away. The next move is more suited for the middle of the park, so when you're in those more central situations. So let's look at this move. So what he does is he takes the ball, defender's coming in, so he Cruyff turns it back. So all he's doing is stepping over the ball, Cruyff turning it back with the inside of his foot, and then immediately as he goes to recover the ball, he takes it back in this direction that he was just going. So the reason this one's effective, because if the defender's coming in from the side here and you Cruyff it, defender moves into that space, and then your immediate touch is behind that defender. The defender now has his back to you, so he's got to turn a whole 180 degrees before he can try and recover. So it's usually quite easy to get away from him. So let's break it down step by step. So the first step is the Cruyff turn. So all we're doing is putting our foot to the side of the ball, creating enough room so that we can move that ball behind that standing leg. And then the step two is just immediately then taking the ball with the inside of the foot again in that direction, probably at an angle, because the defender is now going to be occupying this area here. So as you Cruyff, retain that ball again, and then you're taking it back in the same direction. So moving into the final move of this episode, and this is what Isco uses more on the sideline. So what he does is he rolls the ball forwards, he then snaps the ball back with the outside of his foot and changes direction. So let's break down this move step by step. So step one is rolling our foot over the ball. So rolling the foot over the ball. And then step two is as you're halfway over that ball, you then want to aggressively snap that foot to the floor. So you're stamping your foot down so that the ball makes contact with the outside of your foot. And then the final step is, as you make that snapping move, you want to come off of that opposite leg. So you want to hop into it. So as you roll it, you hop into it. That just gives you more power when you're pushing that ball off into the space, and it also puts you in an acceleration position so you can immediately get by that defender and advance up the pitch. So let's piece it all together now. So we have the ball and off we go. So that's it for this episode. I hope you enjoyed learning some of Isco's signature moves. Make sure you check out the rest of the playlist to see what other plays we've covered. And if I haven't covered it yet, make sure you drop a comment. Let me know who your favorite player is, and maybe I'll cover them in a future video. But if you did enjoy this video, let me know by smashing that like button, hit that subscribe button for weekly training videos, and I will see you guys in my next video.